Yeah, another one of those videos that is eye opening, another eye opening video, because God has allowed me to learn a lot, but I went through a lot of attacks and stress and torment, a lot of torments I went through for me to learn. I had to go through a process of torment and strange things in order for me to learn. And that's just what God has allowed me to go through. A lot of times when it seems like God is not doing anything, most of the time it's because God is allowing you to go through a process in order to learn, because actual experiences are the best teacher. It is the best way. And it's actually one of the only way a person would ever learn. Sometimes people don't learn by they being spoken to. Sometimes people don't learn by they being talked to. Sometimes when you talk to a person, if they have never gone through what they need to go through in order for them to understand, they would not understand the magnitude of it. It's like there's a saying, who feels it knows it. And that's just the reality. That's why children and teenagers, they would often behave in a very prideful manner, and a manner of thinking that they know everything and that they know. And that's just because they haven't gone through life long enough for them to realize how serious it is. And so life is serious. It is serious, and it can only be understood by people who been through things, been through stuff. Until that experience, you're gonna have a lot of ignorant reaction by people and a lot of ignorant behavior because they haven't been through something. But I have been through enough, a lot, right? Which allow me to understand a lot of spiritual things and mystery. I could have, I could have say a lot of things, deep, deep spiritual things, previously, but I had to wait because I've been attacked. I've been attacked just by speaking the things that I speak and intended to speak, because the devils know the truth. Make no mistake, they know the truth, and they know who knows, and they know when you know. And what happened is the devil does not want people to know the truth and the reality of things. One thing that people need to understand is that the witches and warlocks are very enlightened. I repeat, witches and warlocks are very enlightened. They are trained by demonic entities. Their teacher are often demonic entities, because a witch is indwelled by a demonic spirit, which is called a strong man. It is a spirit that is of a certain caliber of authority. Okay? It is a spirit that is of a certain caliber of authority. Okay? And because of being indwelled by this particular principality demon, okay, the witch is able to administer destruction in the spirit realm, okay, to the physical realm. One of the reasons why spiritual things are most attractive or most captivating, it is because if you murder somebody by spiritual means, you cannot be brought to courts, or you cannot be locked up, because for you to be locked up, there is a requirement of evidence, and you cannot present evidence to a case that was done by a spiritual thing. If someone was killed through spiritual means, then that person, the murderer, cannot be brought to courts. There's no evidence because you cannot see spiritual things as you would with physical. So that's why most people lean more to the spiritual side of things. So witches and warlocks are very aware. They are aware. Oh my goodness. They are so aware. You can't imagine their ability. You got to understand, most of the time when a person is a witch, it is because most of the time they were born. That person is born in a family that is tied to a demonic covenant. Whenever a person is born in a family that is tied to a demonic covenant, is because that person, mom or dad, is a witch or a warlock. And when your daddy or your mommy is a warlock, a witch or a warlock, the demonic spirits are going to automatically indwell the baby, even in the belly. So a lot of people were born with demonic spirit already indwell them. And it is even much more deeper when a person is born with that type of spirit, because as the person grows, the demonic spirit is going to train that person in the process. Sometimes you would have a person who has a good heart. When you have a good heart, it makes it very challenging for the demons, because demons cannot function in a person who has a good heart. However, if a person was born with such a spirit in them, it's going to be very challenging. You're going to have a war in between the person and the demonic spirits, because if the person was born that way, it is because the demons were given legal rights to that person through previous attachment, previous covenants that were established by grandma or grandpa or somebody in your bloodline. A lot of these type of people, they grew up being trained by the very demonic spirit in them. And the demonic spirit is going to give them abilities that you would not have on a human level. On a human level, these abilities, right, are not administered. It doesn't change the fact, it doesn't take away the fact that God gives people gifts. But demons also give people abilities and also open a person to things that a person should not be open to, because God put a barrier in places between the spirit and the physical. And a lot of times we can only cross those barriers if it is done by God. It must not be done by anything else. But when a demon is being given to a person, then that demon is going to bring that person beyond those barriers that were not permitted to cross. And when a person has crossed these barriers, it is going to expose the person to certain level of knowledge and awareness. And what happened is, God does not operate like that. God operates with order, because sometimes certain things should not be known, because you might not be mentally and spiritually and physically ready for certain knowledge and certain awareness. The devil does not care. The devil is going to bring these knowledge and awareness to you at a time when you might not be ready for them. You understand? You might not be ready for these type of exposure. The devil does not care. He brings it to you anyhow. You see, when you are not physically and spiritually and mentally prepared for certain things, it could really depress you. It could depress you. It could, you know, it could cause you to, be broken down in a depressive state, which can, be continual. And it is often difficult to really, rebound from such situations. And so it is not healthy for children, or individuals to be exposed to certain things. That's why God takes time, because sometimes it is necessary for time to be taken in order for a person to develop the mental and spiritual strength to handle certain things. Witches and warlocks are being exposed to things at a very young age, drastically, instantly, and spiritually. And so they are very aware. They are very aware. The spirit world does not have any distance. It is not like the physical world. It is not like the physical world. The physical world is confined to limit and distance. It is not so with the spiritual. The spiritual is much more superior. There is no distance in the spirit world. No distance. Do not underestimate dreams. Do not underestimate dreams. A lot of time, dreams are real. Dreams are literally spiritual encounters with demonic spirits and witches and warlocks. The unfortunate part of these situations is when a person is not aware. A lot of times when you encounter people in your dreams, they are often witches and warlocks that have come to either curse you, bound you, or initiate you. But as the common people are not aware, they are often successful in these plans. They are often successful. Sometimes they come in your dreams to curse you by giving you food, or having sex with you, or even put you in cages. Sometimes they cage you and you don't even know. They literally are going to bring you into a cage-like structure. And you would think it's a room, or you would think it's something. That time they literally are caging you and you don't even know. This is how these people are aware, and they are very advanced in their knowledge of awareness. They are advanced in their knowledge of awareness. That's why you have to be very careful with who you become friend with. The Bible said in 2 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 17, it said, "Come out from among them and be ye separated." From the moment you become friend with a witch, you automatically become friend with his or her demons. When you become friend with a witch or a warlock or anyone of this category, they are given the legal rights to come at you and do things to you spiritually because of that friendship. Because of that friendship, they have legal rights to come in your life, to put spirit inside of you, because you have become their friend. A witch does not linger like a regular person. When a witch has come in your territory, the witch is either come to kill you or take over. Witches are not like regular people. They are not like regular people because they are tied to an assignment that obligate them to do the devil's work. They cannot live like regular people. They are not regular. People need to understand this, because this is how the devil operates. The devil is not like God. The devil does not leave you to your choice. He take over by force. This is the characteristic of the devil. He takes over by force. He is not the type of person who would just give you a chance to decide or choose. He demands that you go his way, and his way is the only way, and you do not have any choice at all. He does not linger and give you a choice. Once he comes around to kill you or to take over. The thing about the devil is, if you refuse his command and order, he will torment you, he will attack you, he will kill you. So these witches are tied to a force of demand, dictatorship. They are dictated to do things. That's why when they come around, they have to do what they were told by their demons. They have to do it. They don't have a choice. They are slaves. But the reason why they would the reason why they would stick to these things is because the demons are going to allow them to know and to do a lot of things. These are some of the things that they are able to do. They are able to give you thoughts. A lot of times you get thoughts, you would get a thought. It's not from yourself, it's from a witch. A lot of times. They are able to give you thoughts. They are able to spy on your life. They literally can see in your house. They can hear your conversation through the demonic spirits which they sent to you, to your home, or to you. They can see, they can hear a lot of things. They could literally put demons in their dogs and cats and literally send their cat in your direction or their dog in your direction and literally observe you through the eyes of their dog, through the demonic spirit in the dog or the cat. They could send demonic spirits and insects like cockroaches and stuff to listen to you, to watch you. They have demonic spirits at their disposal. And because of these variety of abilities, and the things that they are able to do, it's very addictive. It's hard for them to let go, because when they let go, they become very dependent, and they don't like the situation of being dependent. They prefer to have these abilities. So that's why a lot of times they would do what they are commanded to do. They will do what they are commanded to do. Let me tell you something. A witch life is at stake. A witch cannot disobey order. If the witch disobeyed order, she will be tormented by demons. Therefore, it's either her or she follow orders. And so therefore, if you have a friend and that friend is a witch, and you are a Christian, most of the time you are in danger, because the spirits in that witch are going to command that witch to take you out or curse you. If they cannot get to take you out, they will curse you. Okay? It doesn't matter how nice you are to them. Listen to me. It's not about, okay, it's okay. I'm not gonna harass you. I'm not gonna kill you, or I'm not going to do anything dangerous to you. They can't do that. They have to follow orders. It's an obligation. They are dictated to do what they are told to do. So therefore, if you have a friend and that friend is a witch or a warlock, you need to get rid of that friend fast. You need to get rid of that person fast. The only how you can go around these kind of people is if they decide to want to let go. They want out, and they want to serve God. That is a time when you it's important that they are connected to somebody who is of God, and that person must be of God. Because if that person is not of God, okay, remember, when a witch wants out, that witch becomes a traitor. A traitor. When a witch or a warlock wants out, that's why it's very difficult for them to get out, because getting out is like death, it's like suicide. It's literally suicide coming out. So when a witch comes out, it's better if she or he instantly turn to God, because if they come out, it means that they no longer want to be a part of Satan's army. Therefore, they are going to be killed, or they are going to lose it. Because the reason why they're going to be killed or lose it is because they know too much. They know a lot. They know people. A lot of times witches are very familiar with business people and a lot of big people, presidents and kings and queens and whatever. Because in the spirit world, they have met. They have met. They have communicated they have communicated in the spirit world, because the spirit world is another world by itself. It is a world where they can communicate, they can meet, they can literally meet, it like come in a meeting, gathering, and have discussions and whatever the case may be. And in these meetings, you often are going to have big people in society. And when you are exposed to these type of people, you become familiar with them being in that type of circle. And if you decide to come out, you're going to be killed because you know too much. So dreams, don't underestimate dreams. Dreams are not fictional. They are not just an imaginary situation. They are real. Oftentimes your dream is a real situation where you are encountering a demonic entity or a witch or warlock. And as a lot of people are not spiritually aware, they think it's just a dream. It's not just a dream. Sometimes you are messed up through your dreams because sometimes they cannot get to you physically. Sometimes they cannot get to you physically. So oftentimes dreams are the way and means they are able to get to you. Because in the devil's kingdom, a lot of time they need your consent. It is not effective if you have not agreed. And so they come in your dream and they offer you things. And once you accept, that is the way they are able to cross to you. That's the bridge that they're able to build to cross to you and to curse you and to manipulate you spiritually. That's the way they are able to do their thing. And as you can, and they are able to transform into people that you know. Spiritually, remember I told you spiritually, there's no limit. In the spirit world, people are able to transform into things like birds and all type of animals. Because in the spirit world, that's the ability. That's the ability being established in the spirit realm, where demons are able to assist these people to transform. And as they transform, you would think, okay, it's just a black person or it's just a white person. By the time it could be your neighbor. But the reason why your neighbor has taken a different form is because if you see your neighbor, in your dream, you would be like, it's strange that I dream my neighbor. So to avoid that exposure, they would prefer to transform into a stranger, a complete person. Sometimes they literally created a strange atmosphere, a place that you have never seen in your neighborhood or in the place you live. That's because they have the ability to create images and things that would not have you realized or be familiar with. But they do these things because sometimes in order for them to get to you, they got to come in a different form. And that's the ability of these people. These people are aware. Man, they are aware. They are very tricky. Man, they are very tricky. They are very, very, very tricky. You haven't understood the level of insidiousness in this kingdom of darkness with these people. A lot of times, like I said, your dreams are for real. You are literally encountering actual people, your neighbor, your sometimes your boss. You got to be careful with the company you work for also, because when you work for certain people, you got to understand that, like I said in the previous video, that a lot of their companies are attached to covenant, demonic covenant, which demand that they kill. And sometimes some of their first options and choices would be a family member, a friend, or an employee. Sometimes you have employees that got heart attacks and accidents. And you would be like, man, but what you don't know is that you are working in a company in which the covenant which is established, demonic covenant that is established in that company, demands soul or blood. And you might be just the other victim of that covenant which exists within the company you work for. And that's how they continue being lucrative in their business, is because of the demonic covenant. And for order for that covenant or that success in the business to continue, the boss has to kill someone. A lot of time car companies have these type of demonic covenant established in them. So a lot of times people get in car crash and a lot of different things because you have bought a car that belonged to a company in which this demonic covenant is established. Therefore, blood and soul has to be given. But the masses are not aware. A lot of people are not aware. A lot of people are not aware of these things. Don't underestimate your dreams. Don't underestimate your dreams. A lot of times in your dreams, when you encounter strange people, a lot of these people are witches and warlocks who have come to you to either initiate you, curse you, or put a curse in your life that would eventually kill you. Sometimes you might see someone die strangely, but that's just the manifestation of something that was established previously against that person. It's just manifested at the time it was expected to happen. A lot of deaths are not natural. A lot of deaths are unnatural. A lot of deaths are premature. Most deaths in this world are premature because the Bible said the wages of sin is death. And if a person does not have God in his life, he is exposed to a lot of danger because this world is run by spirits. This world, this system is a demonic system. The entire planet is under demonic domination. And when you are not a child of God and you are living, you are like a balloon that is floating and you are just waiting to be, it's just a matter of time when you are going to be targeted, because you must come in contact with a devil worshiper. And once you get in contact with a devil worshiper, you are exposed to extreme danger, because I said previously, these type of people, they do not come to chill. They always on a mission. They are on a mission that is a part of the protocol. It's not like they are living a normal life. It's not, they no longer have the chance or the right to live a normal life, because a normal life is a life in which you can choose what you want and what you don't want. They don't have a choice. They have to follow order. If they go against order, they will be murdered. Because the dangerous thing about them is that they are already, they are in the grip of the devil. They have given the devil the right to their life. Therefore, if they go against him, he can kill them easily. And this is literally the situation with these celebrities. These celebrities are under the control of demons because they have agreed to whatever deal was presented to them. And once they accept, when you accept, you literally put your life in the hands of the devil. Therefore, there will be an obligation. And if you go against obligation, if you go against order, you will be killed, because that's the deal, that's the covenant. Therefore, a lot of them cannot do what they want. They cannot say what they want. A lot of times they have things that they want to say, but they cannot say it. They can't do it. They cannot. That's why a lot of them, they prefer to just go along with what they have to do in order for them to last. From the moment they refuse, they are in trouble. And this trouble will not stop until they are destroyed, because the devil does not stop. When the devil comes at you, he will not stop until he kills you. That's why they would prefer not to go against order and just go with the flow. Because there's a lot of things would come against them if they refuse to do what they are told to do. So a lot of these celebrities need prayer because they are in bondage. They are slaves. A lot of people are slaves. When I was young, I was like, I was very fascinated by becoming a star. I used to rap. I used to do things, but it doesn't bother me anymore because I know the reality of these things. I know the reality. And as I am aware of what exists within this world, I don't really care to even become friends with a rich person. I don't care to become friends with a celebrity. No, I don't want to be their friends. Unless God give me an assignment to preach to a particular celebrity, I really don't want to be their friends, because a lot of them are into these things and they are literally warlocks and witches themselves. Because once you have agreed to be a part of the devil's circle, you will be given demonic abilities, which is witchcraft. You automatically become a warlock. You automatically become a witch, because you have agreed to these powers. Therefore, you have these powers at your disposal. So you automatically is a witch. You automatically are a warlock or a wizard. These things are for real. Wizard, witches, warlocks, and the list goes on. But these are the regular people that go about their lives in your community, you wouldn't imagine. And they are aware. Make no mistake. Make no mistake. They are aware. Because of their involvement, they are able to see in the spirit world more than other people. So they can see if you are a Christian. When you are a Christian, you would have a light shining around you. And that is where Christians need to be serious, because once you are a Christian and they see the light, they will, listen, Christians are the target. Christians are the target. The number one targets are Christians, because Christians have agreed to live against the kingdom of the devil and follow the devil's enemy, which is Jesus Christ. So therefore, if you are a Christian and you pray a lot and you are on fire, even if you don't pray a lot, but you're a Christian, you are seen. You are easily realized, because you cannot hide light. When you are followed by light, you will be seen by, they will, make no mistake. Make no mistake, they can see you. They would come by you and they would laugh and smile, and they're not going to tell you, hey, I see the light in you. I see. No. They automatically will be told, get rid of this person. If they cannot kill you or destroy you, they will separate. They have to separate, because it means that there's a war. There's a war. So they either will separate, and if they come at you and they cannot get you on a physical level, look out for dreams. Look out for dreams. They have a way of putting you in cages. They literally will create a dream and have you stand in front of a cage-like structure, or even a room that look like a little, but at that time they literally are caging you. But what they would do is they would have you walk into the room, the structure, because they need your consent. Most of the time they need your consent. They need you to accept. If you walk in, you accept. If that's what they do. They're very tricky. Oh my goodness, you don't know the trick of these people. If you are, and they know when you are aware. Whenever you are aware, you will be targeted more, because you are dangerous to the devil's kingdom. When you are aware, it means that you can expose them, and they're going to come at you, because they know when you are aware. They are very aware. So when you are aware, you are a threat. So therefore, you're going to be the target. And they are a lot. They are a lot in the society. They have youths. They have children, witches and warlocks. They have babies. I have come across a baby witch, 4 days old. A 4 days, FOURDAYS old baby who is a warlock and was already fighting. You might say, how? The demon in the baby is already using the baby's body. And anyhow, it's too much. I'm going to take it easy and then give you one step at a time.